Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, January 27th. I've been away from the screens for a little bit, had to take a small break, had some family stuff go on that hit pretty hard, and then work kind of got flipped up on its head. I was getting called in all the time, just highly distracted, didn't think trading was a good idea, especially since I was trading frustrated on stuff outside of trading, right? You got to leave that shit at the door, and I was trading with frustration, and I needed to take a break from it to deal with that those family issues or drama, whatever you want to call it, as well as work. So back on the screens, we've been back on the screens for the past 3 days um, because my one account just said fuck it. So wanted to start fresh. Apex had a deal. I was like, you know what, I got to clear the mind, clear everything. So I stopped trading, kind of reset my whole body, reset my whole mind, which worked out because now, as you can see, this chart's a little different. I actually still do have my order flow. It's just on my other screen. So I'm actually pairing up both to kind of get a big picture idea of what the market's looking like on a 500 tick chart. I zoom out and make sure everything looks good. I have delta on both, so obviously the order flow has its delta on the bottom. I have my point to the screen right there, cumulative delta there for myself just to see how that's looking as well. And realistically, just trying to pair up some good trades, and it worked well for the past 3 days because we already hit our apex profit in the matter of 3 days, which was nice. We were taking $1,000 profits a day, and I had a pretty sizable one today as well, a nice little $1,000 one today. So just trying to go over that real quick with you guys, thought processes, shit like that. This one was pretty. This one was pretty easy. Let me see if I can enhance. There we go. So I did take quite a bit of drawdown on this one, and I didn't know if it was going to turn out. I only took 2 contracts, so the drawdown that I had on it, it was like 78 to 82 ish. So it ended up being about $400 worth of drawdown. I got in a little late. I really wanted to get in on this move here, gumming down, because it literally hit a good point. And then Delta, when I was looking at order flow, it had a really good area of sell off here. We saw a lot of sellers come in. So I wanted to take it. It pulled back, and then I saw two ginormous candles on this particular chart that were just monsters of sellers coming in. A lot of bears, and it looked pretty good on the order flow chart. It really did. And then it just kind of ripped back up. I didn't see where. I thought maybe once it punctured this area here, it would go down. This is my area that I was marking off. That's a really good area for all that chop. And luckily, I had my stop loss quite a bit higher. I felt like, with the way that these were looking, and on cumulative delta, there was, or the order flow, there was a lot of absorption right there. So I didn't feel like it would go higher than that on this particular move. I thought it might test it, but I didn't think it was going to go higher than that. So I probably could have got in right around this area and then took it down. But hindsight, whatever. In the trade, we ended up closing this out for $1,000. Bingo, right? Awesome. The one the other day I kind of got away from, but I'll do that in a different weekly recap. But so that's what I've been looking for. I'll make this short and sweet for you guys. I could have taken another trade somewhere probably as soon as it kind of rejected this area here and got brought back up, because then if we got in right above this, it comes down, tests, keep on going as a continuation trade, and delta or order flow did look pretty nice at it, but I was doing something else and I didn't want to try to, again, trade distracted, because I feel like that is my downfall. When I trade distracted for whatever reason, whether it is kids, whether it's the woman, whether it's work, I don't pay attention. I get in late and then I get frustrated and then I revenge trade, and then it's everything that you don't want happening. So, just word to the wise for everybody out there that's listening. If you happen to be distracted, don't trade. If you feel emotions coming in, don't trade. You need to be robotic. And I know I sure as shit wasn't. I've blown so many damn accounts. We'll take a look briefly at some of the other ones that I took. Where is it? Do 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 do. Do do do. So this was a good sell-off right here. It kind of came up. Really love this position on this one. Um, Came up and just ripped down. I thought maybe it was going to hold this level, which it did. I believe on that day, order flow also confirmed that in a sense that there was a lot of absorption. Even in this area here, it did push through and then just rip back down. So took that trade. I could have held on to it, but I got out kind of right in this area. I figure, you know what, 53 to 51, give me a 2-pointer, get the ball back rolling, because I want to say, what did I do? I bought, yeah, so there was a buy here that I did, which was another very simple play, which I liked. Came down right into the zone that I was thinking we had some confluence there, and just ripped back up. I mean, as you can see down here on this delta, we had a lot of buyers step in. So it kind of went down, sawed off a little bit, started to make that round. And I was like, you know what, let's just hop in when it sawed off, because everything was looking good. So we ended up taking 2 there. I want to say there was one more. Yeah, right here. So I traded a lot the other day, and I shouldn't have, right? There was some sells that didn't work out. I tried hanging on to it. There was some buys that didn't work out that I hung on to. But for the most part, it wasn't too terrible. As you can see, I sold in quite a few areas, and I basically just, 46.25, 47.50. I pretty much closed it off, so to speak, right about here. So I didn't take that much on the drawdowns, but when I sold well. Like this one here was awesome. I got in on a sell. We were about to come up and tap this area, got in, and then I just added contracts onto it. Added 2 contracts onto it because this thing was hot. This thing was moving. So I said, take advantage of it, get down to this area, and close out all 4 of them. It was absolutely fantastic. Because I screwed up on this one. This one was heading down. It was looking good, but for whatever reason, she just decided to reverse. And I tried looking back through it, and I'm like, okay, there's a little bit of area here that I could see where it bounces off, and I didn't account for that, because typically, what I've seen in the past is the first move down, right, hits that area pretty hard and then rejects it. It's to me, some sort of news has to go on to where it just plummets through an area where there has been many touches. And so, like this one here plummeted through. And that was right around 9 o'clock. And I believe on that particular day, there was news that came out right around that 9 o'clock time frame. So people were just still tanking the shit out of it. So we got lucky on that one. So that's kind of what I've been looking at. Pairing this up with, that order flow from Futures Analytica. It's been helping a lot. The more knowledge you have, the better going into it. Now, granted, I know I'm a retail trader, so these charts probably look like everybody else's charts, but whatever. MACD, I don't really use that much. That's kind of more of a, I guess, trend thing for me, because realistically, like this one here, I probably should not have sold it. Now, why would that be? Well, realistically, I had a low here, and the low was pretty damn equal. But if you look at MACD and cumulative delta, both of them were moving up. Why the hell would I sell? Well, stupid. Sometimes it happens. But, all right, guys, have a great Friday. I will see you all on Monday. So now on that one account that I have locked in those profits, I may just drop down to a micro account and just place one trade, win or lose, don't care, knock out the rest of the days, get the PA account, and we're back in business. So enjoy your weekend. Peace.